let me teach you how to do a one length haircut, and we're going to throw layers in there too. Okay, so first of all, this is more of a dry haircut, so I want to show you how to do it. We basically brushed it through, sprayed it down, and now we're sectioning off our hot cross bun section. So we're going to our 4 sections. Jess's hair is a little bit knotty. She is actually cutting this off in a minute. I just thought I'd record a one length and layers, and then we're just spraying it down. She's getting it coloured soon as well, so don't come for us for the colour. So we're sectioning in our 4 quarters, so we're going straight down ear to ear, then we're going straight down the middle at the back, okay, and then we're taking our bottom section. Be aware, don't take too small of a first section, because this is a big because if someone wears their hair up all the time and they've got super long hair, a lot of the time they'll have breakage at the bottom. So if you take your first section too small or too thin, you could potentially cut that, and then straight away your first section is way too short. Does that make sense? So I always make sure that all my students start with a bigger bottom section to follow, so they know exactly what they're cutting and they're not accidentally cutting broken hair and starting from there. So we've got our first sections. Keep your sections nice and neat. We are then gonna take our middle section down. Let me just show you. So Jess has had about 1,000 colours in her hair. That's why it literally looks like raccoon tail at the moment. But I just want to make sure the video is in and you can see what we're doing. So we are now spraying it down. We are starting in our middle section. We are making sure the client's head is right down. I pulled that little bit of hair out, which is so annoying because I just sectioned it off. So take your middle section. Always start on your middle. Make sure your cape's out. Someone told me off for that the other day. And we're going to make sure the client's head's down and we're holding flat to the back. Does that make sense? We're holding it flat, making sure there's no knots, and we're cutting straight across. See how nice and straight that is? Then we're taking some of that section, some of your next section, again, straight across, okay? You want to visualize a straight line. As long as your the back of the hair is looking like a straight line, you're cutting it right. And once we've cut that section, we are going to be cross-checking. So by cross-checking, we're going to be pulling down either side to check that both our sides finish and are even, okay? So can you see I'm pinching them together? I am looking away, but you can't see me. I'm checking that they are both even. Once I know that they are even, I will move on to the next section. If one side's feeling slightly longer, go to that section and trim it. Don't do it at the end, do it now, okay? It makes it a lot easier to cross-check your section by section, okay? So this section I took down was too big. I'm going to show you why you have to take it back up. Okay, so we're going to clip that back up. Again, make sure your section is nice and neat. I'm going to take the exact same side down, but because this section was too thick, you couldn't actually see your guide underneath clearly. So I then went back, took a smaller section to make sure I could see my guide through the hair. You can kind of see it, but because I knew the camera wouldn't be able to see it, I actually then took it back down a little bit shorter, a little bit thinner. So I had a clear guide through there, if that makes sense. So when I took my section down, I could see the guide, but it wasn't mega clear. So I wanted to show you that if you can't see your guide, I could see it there, right? But what I didn't want you to do is just guess. So I took it down for this video. So I would have cut that normally because I had to see in the guide. But if you cannot see your guide, take a thinner section and then you'll be able to see a clear guide straight through. So again, we're sectioning that up. You take your middle section and then follow your last guide, making sure you're keeping flat at the back. You can see your guide through there and you're cutting straight across. Again, take your next side, make sure you've got your original guide in there, pull that straight down flat to the back. You'll have a nice clear guide and then go straight from there. And obviously just double check that. And then again, I'm bringing my next side down. And again, you want that to look like a lovely dead straight line, okay? Obviously, where the hair is not soaking wet, it's more of a dry cut. The hair isn't going to look dead straight, but as long as you're cutting your sections, keeping your tension clear, you're all good to go. So we're taking my next section down. And I'm going to show you that I only take one section down and I can still cut because I can clearly see my guide. Does this make sense? So I've left my other section down, but if I pull that down, my arm is in the way so you can't even see. But I've got a nice clear guide to know what to cut off. And again, I'm adding my next section through it, keeping it flat to the back. My client knows to keep her head down, flat to the back. And we're literally going all the way up to the top of the head, repeating the same thing. So I will let you watch and stop waffling to you, and I'll butt in if I need to. Right, so now I'm splitting my hair and I'm bringing this forward, and my guide will be my longest point. It's just, oh, there you can go, you can kind of see it, bar, and we're cutting straight across, okay? So can you see straight away, we're nice and straight on the front, so our front looks as good as our back, and that is our front section. And this will not turn the haircut of the back into a U, it will turn it into a straight line. See my guides there? And then I'm cutting straight across, and what that's going to do is give me a nice straight line at the front, so you have no taily bits. Does that make sense? And again, you can freehand anything that you need to, but this is just a one length cut. I'm gonna check, so make sure when you're cross-checking, you're looking away. I'm gonna bring it back, and I'm gonna bring the camera to show you that my one length is still nice and straight and not a U, because we've only taken them little corners, okay? So now we've done that, I'm going to show you that if you want more of a U haircut, you need to add your sides into it, okay? So now I'm coming round, and I've got a guide either way, and I'm bringing my sides in. So this is going to create more of a U haircut. Does that make sense? So this isn't going to create a dead straight line. It's going to create a slight U. So your corners won't be as sharp. This is literally just going to come round. All right? See that shape? So when you bring that back, that's just going to curve in slightly. I'm just freehanding that little bit. And again on the other side. So can you see it's taken the sharpness away at the back, and it's starting to be more of like a curve rather than a straight line. Again, I'm going to show you that side too, because I want you to see there's different ways how to cut your one length. If your customer wants a dead straight length at the back, you shouldn't be cutting these corners, okay? You should be bringing it all back, splitting it in half, and then cutting that front bit. So if you see there, I've got my guide either side, and that's going to create that curved back rather than a dead straight line. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments below if this makes any sense to you. But can you see how that follows that shape around, and it's just a bit more softer rather than a dead straight line? So once we've done this, I'm now going to switch to our layered haircut, okay? Onto our layers. I've gone for a wider tooth comb. I find this a lot easier to cut my layers, especially if the hair is knotty, okay? So right now I am making my first guideline. There's going to be a rectangle at the crown of the head. So in a second I'll pick the camera up and show you, but right now this is what our first section is going to be like, and everything is being brought straight up. So just imagine there is a light bulb above your head. All of our sections are being brought straight up to that exact same section. Does that make sense? So once we have combed all the hair, I am gonna show you the rectangle. I'm just spinning it around just to make it easier for you guys to see. I'm gonna pick up the phone, and can you see it's more of a rectangle shape on that top section, okay? So now we've got that top section. I'm hoping I put the camera in the right place, and we're bringing that guide straight up, so make sure there's no knots, keep your section nice and tight, cut the length to where you want it to be, and again I'm going straight across, or you can point cut to make it even softer, okay? But right now I just want to do a basic layered haircut, okay? So we're bringing that section straight up. Now to create our next guide, we're going with the parting, okay? So we're now making another rectangle, making sure our parting's in the middle, and once I bring that straight up, you'll be able to see, I'm hoping you'll be able to see, and my camera is in the way. Again, we're going to bring that rectangle straight up. Again, imagine there is a light bulb above the client's head. That's where we're moving to. Oh, I think I moved it back. I'm hoping you can see it. Don't worry about the fringe falling. Obviously, that's not going to matter because you're not going to be able to see it. I'm just getting the knots out, pulling my guide straight up. Once I've got my guide, you can't actually see it there because the camera isn't far back. But there is a nice clear guide. Perfect, see that? And then I'm going to cut straight across, okay? So there is now a guide through the entire head of the hair. So once you part, doesn't matter where you part that, there will be a guide everywhere, okay? So now we've done that, we are going to be doing our Terry's chocolate orange section. So if you know what Terry's chocolate orange is, it's basically like an orange section. We're going to be doing that throughout the head, as you can see here. And we are going to be taking our orange segment, and then once we have got that, we're going to be combing all the knots out. That's why I like using a bigger comb, and bringing everything straight up. The length will fall. Okay, the length, see that length falling down? We don't need to touch that because it's there. There doesn't need to be too much. It was a bit heavier on that top section. So right now, can you see we've got our layers in there, blends through beautifully. So we're taking half of that section, that orange segment, half of your next orange segment, your Terry's chocolate orange, you gotta love a Terry's chocolate orange. I'm going to comb all the knots out, and again we're going to bring that straight up. Again, imagine there is a light bulb above your head. I am not one for angles and sections because I am dyslexic, and I'm pretty sure I'm the number one too. Do you know where you struggle with numbers? And I'm going straight across. Okay, so I'm bringing everything straight up. Your length falls down. If your length isn't falling down, you need to over direct it slightly. But because we've got Jess's perfect length, we don't need to over direct. Okay, we're literally bringing it straight up. So again, we're taking our Terry's chocolate orange sections. If you don't like Terry's chocolate orange, you can have a normal orange. That's absolutely fine. You do you. And again, the length is going to drop, okay? You need that length to drop because we're not taking any more of that length. We're literally just layering the hair through. So we're taking our section down. And again, if no one's had layers before, there'll be more coming off. Because Jess has had layers on numerous occasions, her hair is already layered anyway throughout the back. So this is just taking it shorter to show you, because I said to Jess I needed a video on how to do it. So again, I'm bringing my section straight up. There's my hair, and again, imagine there is a light bulb above Jess's head. Okay, again, I'm taking my Terry's chocolate orange section, adding my new section in, bringing that straight up. Okay, move your body to what's more comfortable. So right now I'm left-handed, so I found it easier to work behind. Can you see my guide? I found it easier to work behind and then bring that straight up. And then when I go on my other side, I come sideways to Jess. You'll see it in a minute. But again, I'm bringing that straight up. Imagine there is a light bulb above her head. Does that make sense? We are literally bringing everything to the center point. And remember, your guide's in there. We've already cut you a clear guide all the way through. So again, I'm now taking half of my original section from where I started. Half of my next section needs to look like a Terry's chocolate orange slice. I can't remember what Jess was showing me, but it must have been interesting. And again, my lengths drop in. See that drop in? That's, you need to let it drop. My guide is there, bringing that through. Again, by the ear, half of my last section, half of my new section. And I just find a barbering comb a lot easier to cut my layers. I just find my little comb just gets too knotty and too stressed. Okay, don't come for me and my comb. It works for me. If it doesn't work for you, that is okay. So are you guys following this so far? If you are, literally comment and let me know, because obviously I'm trying to make these videos to help students, hairdressers, people going back into hair, you name it. So if you find this is helping, please comment, because it helps boost my algorithm to be able to post more. So again, I'm pulling, see that section, how I'm to the side of Jess rather at the back. And I'm bringing, again, that straight up just to cut what I need. And then I'm bringing that down. She does have some shorter pieces at the front anyway. So when you bring that down, you'll be able to see. But right now, she has longer layers throughout her hair. So this is like the simplest way I've managed to break down layers. Can you see I'm pulling my two sections out? That's me cross-checking. And then in a minute, I'm going to take bigger sections to basically cross-check. So I'm now going to bring it all the way back. I'm taking that section all the way up. So it's a lot of hair, but I want to make sure I've not missed any sections, okay? So when I'm assessing people's work, I will just make sure that there's no random corners that they've missed, any long sections, any corners. I just like to take wider, bigger sections to check. And you should be doing this too on all of your haircuts, just to make sure you haven't missed any sections. I hope this makes sense. If it does, keep watching, there's loads more. Follow me for more educational videos. I'm just posting what I can. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. But yeah, so that is how you would do a one length and layers. I hope this helps.